Hello guys, this is January 18, 2021, and you're watching me, Nikki, also known as Faces Trader, for the Awesome10X Global Market Update. Let's begin. It's a Monday, so today we're actually going to discuss a few earnings week. You're going to see Netflix actually report this Tuesday. Let's take a look at the quick channel, and here inside Awesome10X in our circle, we've got the quick trades channel. There's a global discussion about stocks that can actually move within the month in a quick short-term manner. So we are going to see a couple of these companies report earnings. So you've got from Jeff, and this is a very good data set. Logitech reports this January 18. Netflix reports January 19. LRN is actually, that is an educational company. It's going to be January 25. You've got Apple and AMD reporting numbers this January 26. Facebook, FCell going to report January 27. You've got a whole set. Actually, let me share to you the exact image that I think would be beautiful so that you can understand what's upcoming this end of January. So here, I think that from earnings whispers, it's very clear that this week, you have to understand that Monday, market is going to be closed because of Martin Luther King. So there won't be trading action tonight, but it should actually be okay because it allows you to rest and research further. There are companies that are going to be very, very strong, in my view, this month. Netflix is one of the companies that I'm taking a look at. Because the numbers I'm very much interested with the metrics of Indian growth. So I want to see how Netflix foray with movies and Korean novella and a lot of their anime and international language foray. Take note that Netflix really in 2020 super duper concentrated on the international front. Like they were featuring more. Plus, they were really actively engaging with what Indians want, with what Southeast Asians want, whether it be Indonesian market. So in my view, guys, the bigger story on Netflix is the international play. So take a look at what Netflix will show in their streaming numbers this January 19. As for the rest, actually, you'll notice that most of them are actually in the semiconductor sector. So you'll see that AMD, you've got ASML, Intel, Xilinx, Skyworks. These are all going to discuss hand in hand, Lam Research, Qualcomm. All of these are actually, end of the day, they're very big in they're all semiconductors. That industry, in my view, is gonna be on the positive guidance side. They'll discuss how many 5G related networks they are supporting, and how many data centers, cloud computing, and all of that will be discussed. So hand in hand, you'll hear about Skyworks and Apple discussing the same thing. So January 27 and 28. In my view, if you'll notice, the lineup for the end of January until February, you've got the big names, that's the FANGs, for instance. Your Facebook and your Apple will report this earnings January 27. You've got Starbucks and Microsoft January 26. With such a lineup like this, expect the market froth to continue. There might be some losses if some companies like Starbucks fail to actually meet the guidance. But in my view, guys, these reopening names will actually have a lower obstacle course. Given that most of the people are still of the assumption that the 100 million shots of COVID vaccine would end up, it's actually, I'd say there's two things. No, Biden is promising 100 million Americans get a vaccine soon, the vaccine shots. But at the same time, there still would be the distribution failures. Like how effective can you actually hit and distribute 100 million shots to Americans, right? So it's not as easy as it sounds. So I'd say that the reopening themes could actually be a little bit of a sell on the good news if ever Starbucks spikes up. You'll notice that currently most of the reopening names have gone, very, very strongly in anticipation ever since we got the Pfizer BioNTech November 13, 2020 news. So you've already got at least 100% moves. Actually, if you take a look at the reopening themes, That's why, in my view, this upcoming earnings sector, especially for restaurants, retailers, if they ever go up, it's more of a sell to me rather than a buying opportunity. I'll be happy to actually be on the contrarian side when it comes to Facebook, Microsoft, all of these are actually undervalued in my view because of anticipation increase in taxes for your big tech. So actually, Biden presidency is there are people, Wall Street is expecting that the Biden presidency might likely have more regulatory scrutiny on big tech, whether it be Facebook. But in my view, if you take a look on them, they're actually presenting one of the best risk-reward ratios rather than avoiding them. So in fact, we have been actively engaging with a lot of our members that Facebook, which did nothing in the last 3 to 6 months, no, you'll see July, the price was about 256, and currently it's trading at about 245, 247, 251, even with the downside potential of about 240. The point here is that you know what happened with the boycott of Facebook advertising. It was just for show. Eventually, all the companies, or not just the companies, 100 companies boycotting Facebook advertising was not important, especially when you took a look at the numbers. That's why from that on, when it was trading at about 220, it rallied to as high as 300 3 months after because of earnings. So in my view, what you'll see this January 27 on Facebook's earnings is the continued domination. And in fact, the digital advertising sector of Facebook has been I'd say unessential. You know, Instagram and Facebook, you can't really actually live without it, even if you probably have I don't know about your opinions, your political views, whatever it may be. I don't think it derails the fact that Facebook is one of opportunity here at about 250 to 240. Some more arenas to actually take a look at. So note that the weed segment has truly gone up, and I'm saying this with a very, very strong understanding that there are penny stocks in the sector of weed, and there are also legit names. Take note that last week, GRSO, which is a penny stock about inter-farming solutions, actually rose as high as 200% in one day. I shared it actually on my Twitter that speculative activity has been higher last Friday versus the August time when people were saying that the Day Portnoy and all these penny stocks. So when people thought that it cannot go higher, it actually did. And it just tells you about the level of froth that we are encountering in the market, which should be actually seen as a potential signs of a potential top. It doesn't mean that we are seeing a top, but the penny stock peddlers piling into Reddit forums are prompting rule changes. Let me read the actual Bloomberg story here. January 15, 2021, Sarah cannot promote any newsletters on social media. Changes come as users been joining the online forum and jobs. The explosion in penny stocks. So you'll notice that penny stock this week, last week has been really rising, and that tells you the froth that's the market. They have been skyrocketing recently. Take note, so many penny stocks. From about 2017 to 2020, even in just the Reddit members, you're hitting 400,000 members. That means that there are so many people looking at Reddit forums on penny stocks. And people are saying that when the market crashes, financial media will obsessively cover Reddit and Wall Street bet YOLO options to cast the blame instead of the fact that the Fed has been making the money printer go burn. So, you and I know that the market is heavily into risk assets, primarily because the dollar has been no value. And so a lot of the sentiment has really gone more speculative. Take note that this sentiment trader, it says here, we did not think that traders could get any more speculative than they were at the end of August 2020, but actually we were wrong. For the first time, small traders' call buying volume has exceeded 9% of total New York Stock Exchange volume last week. Now, these aren't signs of a peak, but it's actually signaling that with so many people voyeuring on such a huge commitment to longs, no? So far, yes, the people who are long are right so far, but I think that it just tells you how much froth that we are in, especially in the market. Let me just show to you that it doesn't mean that you are supposed to sell all of your shares, but we here remind you to actually be a little bit more in the viewpoint in observance of just being fully, if you're fully exposed, it might not be wrong to take profits even just half or just 1/4. So Grow Solutions is a penny stock that's actually being touted in the indoor farming. Indoor farming, actually, last week it went as high as about 5.7, then and dropped to 37. I wouldn't know if it's gonna go 80 tonight. And actually, inside the Awesome10X inner circle, we got in at about 16 below, 16, 15 areas. So we actually are up something in the realm of about, some of us are up 200%, 150%. Usually after a triple digit move, we take profits, half. We don't sell all, so that we just ride the free money on the way, whether it goes to 70 or 60 or whatever, 50% higher again tonight. So I want to share that good judgment has always depended mostly on experience. And experience actually usually comes from bad judgment. So in conclusion, Awesome10X here knows that we have seen a lot of this froth in the past, and usually our experience is that you have to be trimming, not necessarily selling all, and you shouldn't actually be shorting. If you're shorting, you might actually be squeezed the hell when you do this. But we really caution people on doing a lot of aggressive moves in the market. Yeah. So let's take a look at some news as well. Grab is pondering a U.S. IPO to raise at least $2 billion. So those who aren't aware who Grab is, that is the equivalent of Uber stock. Let me just try to find out more covered by Grab IPO valuation. Indeed, the market is very much mulling an IPO and a strong payout. Especially, and if you think about it, the biggest beneficiary of any IPO valuation is going to be either a SPAC or, well, in this case, they already said it's going to be an IPO, so it's going to be very huge for SoftBank. So let's take a look at SoftBank today, 9984. SoftBank is, of course, Masayoshi's son. And Masayoshi's son, of course, is now trading at 8,500 yen, the conglomerate. We have a strong buying area at about 5,900 yen, wherein we gave a free class A on SoftBank. The whole SoftBank we give so huge of $100 billion yen or $50 billion. Now it actually allows SoftBank to recycle that money from their big and actually reset that fund to AI. So if you know, SVFAO is SoftBank's vision fund, and they already are putting in some of their money and raising their money in artificial intelligence. SVF, SVFAU, that is SVF Investment Corp. We have been buying this company ever since it listed about $12, even $12.50. Today it's trading at $13.28. I do think that even any drop of SVFAO should be taken into consideration. And of course, this one hasn't had their warrants yet, but when it does, I think some people would be willing to buy some of these warrants. Let's read about this exclusive breakthrough. Southeast Asia's Grab is considering a U.S. IPO this year. Of course, on the back of a very strong COVID pandemic performance, these companies would get, I think, a 300% premium. Just compare it to the Ubers, to the Delivery Hero, to Meituan and Ting, and so forth. Let me read the news straight for you. Southeast Asian ride-hailing food delivery giant Grab explores an IPO encouraged by the robust investor appetites for IPOs. Yes, most IPOs this last year, or even this year, got about 100%, whether it be Airbnb, whether it be Affirm, and in my view, it's going to happen as well to Roblox. So the IPO could raise at least $2 billion, which would make this the largest overseas share offering by the Southeast Asian company. Indeed, I'm happy that Southeast Asian giants are now getting listed in the US with the successful listing of C Limited, guys, SE, which is the owner of Shopee. So this is the Malaysian owned company, Grab, with a lot of stakes given to SoftBank Vision Fund. The plans would be finalized subject to market conditions. No comments from Grab. Now, of course, the biggest winner is SoftBank Group, who funded the company in 2012 at about $16 billion. I don't know how much Grab would be fetching this 2021, but I'd assume that they'll probably try to sell it at about $40 to $50 billion. That would give a huge bonanza, about the 500% or 300%. And of course, we're expecting the end of the year. And I would say that Media, which is in advanced talks with go check and Tokopedia, which is in advanced talks with Peter Thiel's B-Town, is also be beneficial when Grab lists. So for those who aren't aware, B-Town, BTWN is already Peter Thiel. There has been rumors that B-Town and BTN, which are Peter Thiel's SPACs, will actually be the home of all the Southeast Asian big giants. So for those who aren't aware, B-Town still trading at $15. We have a buy 11. We even had a buy 13. Any drops back to about 14 or 13, keep on buying. If you have no idea what to buy, B-Town is one of the companies we believe are going to be successful over the next 6 to 5 years or 10 years. We are here for the decade, not for the day. So we are truly of the belief that B-Town is one of the good SPACs in the market today. Similarly, we are liking BTN when it lists. BTN is going to be a powerful name as well. It isn't listed yet, guys. BTN is going to be it's probably BTNU or something, but that would be the second of Bridgetown. So when you find Bridgetown 2, that's the right ticker symbol, the Bridgetown 2, not the Btown today, but yeah. So you just wait it out. All right, let's think about this, Deliveroo. This is, of course, the bigger, Deliveroo is like the Food Panda and the Delivery Hero. And if my memory is correct, I think this is in Australia. So food delivery startup Deliveroo secured $180 million new funding, pushing its valuation to over $7 billion long before its awaited float. The strong demand is coming from durable capital partners and Fidelity Management Research. So the founder and chief executive Will Shu said they're also expanding their cloud and on-demand grocery service at 2020 stellar performance, interested in for the opportunities and innovate and adapt due to this COVID world. America is still new and penetrated. The potential has the potential to become over time. I do believe in this. So we have given Dada a free Friday classic. Please take a look on our free Friday classic where we discussed Dada Nexus, who is partly owned by JD, with JD Taotia, JDDJ, and a lot of deliveries being done in China. We are competing, of course, with Alibaba's ZQ Express and in competition with Tencent's Meituan. It's the number 2, but in my view, this number 2 is not yet still in the high valued zone. So Dada Nexus, we got in at about 36. Anyone who got in at 38 is still okay, even if you entered at 40. Today it's trading at 43. If you want to sell, probably trade and sell some at 51 and 60. But going 40, it's all a buy for me. Let's give you a chart action as well of Netflix. Given that Netflix is going to report numbers this week, you can see that Netflix is currently trading at 497 to 480. A bad earnings, guys, would propel a breakdown gap. Perhaps of 450 or even 420, be okay with the action if it gaps down. So typically when it gaps down, you want to actually buy that. Now, if it gaps up, however, I'd say a gap up would see Netflix trading at about 550 to 570. All you know is that Netflix will probably go up or go down, but we are of the opinion that if it goes up, then we are okay. We've got 3% position. If it goes down, we're going to add more 3% because we are of the belief that Facebook and Netflix, these are companies that are in secular long-term trends. Secular meaning it's going to last for a decade, that domination. You won't just stop your Netflix binging anytime because a quarter miss from Netflix heads. So I'd say that these are actually some of the best opportunities for you within the week or the next week, next month. Let's take a look at semiconductors. For me, semiconductors are in a way expensive, so I'm not of the opinion to buy AMD anytime soon, even if it's 88, even if it's 5 or 78 or 80. So to me, most of these are actually still I find it expensive, no? AMD and Xilinx, in my view, of course, in Rally, they're going to discuss a lot of their foray about their 5G plans together. They are married. They said that they would, AMD and Xilinx. Let's see what happens. But in my view, all of your semiconductors are just a wait and see mode. Even if I like them, like NVIDIA, Qualcomm, I'm okay to just hold on to them. I'm not willing to add more yet. What else am I taking a look at? I am seeing that your weed names, your penny stock names have gone quite high. So let's take a look at your Hexos, your tail rays, just to show you the charts. For those who own Hexo, if you haven't sold a single share here, about $720, do know that we have been talking about 60 cents before it even went 4:1 stock split. So that was about $2.40 or $2.50. You already doubled, tripled your money here on Hexo in just less than about 4 months. So I'd say those who have Hexo should probably take a little bit, trim some profits, even as it can go $10. Now, why is Hexo going up? Because, of course, the legalization of cannabis. Take note as well that SBBCF is now a acquisition, which is Jay-Z. Weed, working with Rihanna and Rock Nation, in my view, is a great company. The ticker symbol will now be Gram F. They changed their ticker symbol because they have to show to the world that it's gonna be monogram. Right now, it's still SBBCF here in within IBKR. This week, company is already trading as SBBCF. Personally, we still continue to own our weed just because we're up like significantly on these Hexo or CGC or Green Thumb Industries or Grow Generation. I'm pretty sure that most of you who follow Awesome10X on the weed place are up somewhere in the zone of about 50, 100, 200%. Trim some off the table. I still like a lot of SPACs. We continue to own a lot of SPACs. In fact, in terms of special purpose acquisition companies, we mentioned that on our Free Friday class last week. So do check out our Free Friday class if you haven't. I think that there are a lot of companies that deserve to rise. I discussed, we have guys OZON, the Amazon of Russia. We got in on guys. This was an IPO. This Amazon of Russia, we got in at about 45 to 48. Last Friday, this jumped to $52. Now, for those who have OZON, I do think this rally further to about $60 and so forth. Another company that we have actively been buying was General Motors, GM, for its huge stakes on Wuling Motors, aka 305HK. Guys, 305HK is trading at about $2.60. We think this price is an entry point to 60, 258, 250, all the way to about $2. Any drops there would actually be a great entry point in Hong Kong. Now, Razer, right? Razer is the Apple of gaming. This was a Free Friday class as well. For those who don't know, Awesome10X always gives Free Friday classes that are really 99 to 100% hit ratios. You can actually just check it out if you don't believe me. We have featured Razer at about $1.38 to be bought. Currently, it's trading at about $2.55. That tells you that it's up something within the realm of 100%, right? Not yet 100%, but it did when it went to 80 just a couple of months ago. Razer right now is, in my view, consolidating. Eventually, they would break that to 70 for a move higher to about $3 to $4. So this one, if you don't have Razer, continue to buy near $2.30 to $2.40. Any price $2.50 all the way to $2 for both Razer and Motors, in my view, in Hong Kong. One of the great buys to do. In terms of electrics, guys, last week, Friday, we saw a lot of your electric companies fall. All of your clean energy names have gone something in the realm of not just 100 to 200%, but really some of them are mostly at about 10x in a single year. Let me showcase them for you. these electric vehicles and all the clean energy names have fallen something in the realm of 10%, 15% in a day last week. But actually, some of them have fallen 30% if you're going to check the intraday action. So they were high and then they fell down. So that overnight reversal on your solar edge and all of your clean sparks tells me that that is an obvious sell signal. So those who don't have this or those who haven't trimmed are called pigs. And in Wall Street, we call pigs deserving to get slaughtered. So we have been actively preaching to actually be trimming your clean spark 30, 40, 50. And so we're not surprised that 30, 40 was back to $30 in just a single day. When in fact, if clean spark falls somewhere in the zone of $20 tonight, I also wouldn't be surprised because guys, at the end of the day, this rallied from about $7 or $10 when we were actively preaching to buy clean spark to an easy 300% move in just a month or so. So usually, guys, whenever Awesome10X picks goes 100% or 200% in just a single day, a single month, a single week, we actively promote the trim half so that we can just be able to sleep well at night, knowing that we locked in some of our gains, even if it goes 300, 500% higher in the next coming months. So in the long decade secular of the opinion to be surprised why sun fell from about 96, 99, all the way to about 84. It could fall all the way to about 65 or 70 for all I know, because it has rallied 50% in just a single month. And more importantly, Sunrun has already rallied from $8 to $84. That is a 10x move in just 12 months. As I said, most of your solar companies didn't just rise 100% or 200 or 300%. Solar Edge, Sunrun, all getting those sell signals. And those who don't sell are called pigs. And you know what I said, pigs deserve to get slaughtered. So slaughterhouse for all your electric names, all your solar names. If you aren't trimming, let the pigs get slaughtered. All right. Let me just watch any comments and see if I can answer your comments and questions. Hi, January 20 is Biden's inauguration, the State of the Nation speech. Are there renewable energy names that are having a boost, or is this all a saga news? As you can see, the market already sold this on the news. Any good news will be continually sold down. They are called pigs. Anyone who's buying is called a pig, and so it's deserved to get slaughtered. That's my straightforward answer. Any pig deserves to get slaughtered. Any buyer should be sold. Thank you for recommending Saragon. Thank you too. It just popped. Hope you still have GILT on your radar. You have been discussing GILT. You have been asking me about GILT, but first impression kasi on GILT, I'm not really I'm not impressed. I could be wrong, guys. That's why I said Saragon was great. Saragon rallied 80% from about $3 to $6. Yes, there was a profit taking. Usually after a 150% move or 50% move, you usually have a lot of profit taking. Actually, as I said, I'm more interested with when it comes to satellites and imaging. I'd say that I'll just go for Maxar Technologies. MEXR is currently at about $20. These are the companies that I'll be willing to buy on the way down 20%. For GLAT, when I took a look at it, it doesn't give me the impression that it is a 10x move. So maybe you could share to me why you like it. But first impressions, reading the website, reading news about it, it doesn't strike to me a 10x name. Any updates on Novan? Novan, we got it. So we've been buying Novan at about $1.90, right? I mean, $1 below, yeah. We've been buying this flag zone here. Yes, it ran at about 130, 140. Some of us actually trimmed last Friday because you could see that there are these resistances at 150 to 180. However, when I say trim half, it just really trim half or trim 1/4. End of the day, if they can cure the COVID-19 strain, right? The version 2 strain, the COVID-19 second variant, I do think that Novan would eventually go up. So thank you for the questions. I think it's illuminating, and we just continue to hold on to our Novan. Cannabis sector looks promising. In my view, cannabis sector has been a buy recommendation. Awesome10X, both solar and leads. We have been actively promoting them about 4 or 5 months, ever since June, actually. June, July. So, we've been making something. And then for the lead, we have actively promoted it November, October, even before Biden Harris was coronated, even before day one. So if you're gonna just buy cannabis names right now, I'd say that you're buying an extension, and so you might even actually get a sell-off of 20 to 30%. If you rally, you are getting and somebody else is getting 500% moves already. Example, for Tilray, it's already gone from about 6 and 7 to $20. So, and again, we surpassed why they were selling about $19 already last week. This could even fall as low as $15. So this is called froth, and usually, as I said, pigs deserve to get slaughtered. So anyone who's clean and solar and renewable energy, we have it. It doesn't mean that we will sell everything, but anyone who doesn't have it either is not an Awesome 10X Inner Circle member, not an Awesome 10X YouTube member, even for free, because we've been actively giving these free ideas. And so if you're late, you probably need to wait for your proper timing, because unless you just want to lose money, then go ahead. I don't really care. So should we sell our Palantir first, Miss Nikki? Palantir, we have it at about $9. Palantir, I think at about $25, even below 20, is still in the buying zone. So I'm not willing to sell this, even if I know that some people would sell. I know that it's 100% higher, 125% higher. I don't see Palantir falling down to $10. That's a thing. However, will Palantir rally from 25 to 30? In the short term, I don't expect Palantir to do anything. Like, I don't expect to make 100% on Palantir. I don't expect my 25 to go $50. And if it did actually be selling some froth. Nonetheless, should I sell my Palantir? No. Percentage-wise, Palantir in our portfolios is less than 3%. Some of us even just own because we believe that Palantir is the AI and data analytics leader. So there, for those who don't know about Palantir, it was a free Friday class pick. Just check it out within Inner Circle, within Awesome 10X. It was a free Friday, so just use your search tab on Awesome 10X. Thank you very much, guys, and thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing Awesome 10X. Have a good day. Bye-bye.